My name is Ty, and I go by he, him pronouns. I am the manager for sexual health programs at ASAAP. I work with the education team, a team that consists of 5 of us. Predominantly our work revolves around outreach, educational programs that we conduct for community as well as partner organizations. And we also create a lot of social platforms for the community to come together and network. We work predominantly with South Asian, Middle Eastern and the Indo-Caribbean queer communities. The first example I'm basically going to speak about took place when I joined ASAAP in 2019. The initial part of my work was to meet partnering organizations and community organizations to kind of figure out the work that was being done. One of the examples that I came across at that time was about this organization that was into settlement services. They were dealing with a case where a young man, 21 years old, had just moved here with his family from South Asia. This 21-year-old happened to speak to a settlement worker, and during some point of time during that conversation came out as a gay man. He obviously was looking out for help and support because he had never come out to anyone before. The settlement worker obviously had every intention of helping out, but had never dealt with queer issues before. So their solution was to involve his family and do a bit of counseling for all of them to help them, deal with the situation. So they did call the family, they had a long discussion, and they suggested that they would offer counseling, education, and support for this young individual. The family obviously did not show their true reactions at that point of time. They came in dedicatedly for the sessions, they sat with this 21-year-old young man, and they showed support in front of the settlement team. However, during that course of time, the individual stopped coming, and the family started making excuses to the organization by saying that he was visiting an aunt or he was traveling. In time, the settlement services started to put in a little bit more pressure to figure out where this young individual was. And what they did come to know was that the family took him back to his home country. And that's how the services stopped. Now, clearly they were trying to offer support, but the support backfired because this individual was sent back to his home country and nobody knows what has happened to him once he's sent back there. I feel that the settlement services had no experience, so they should have connected with organizations like ASAAP or other ASOs who would have been able to guide them on how to deal with the situation. The individual needed support. They were coming out for the first time. They needed to feel safe. They needed this information to be kept confidential. None of those things were done. And unfortunately, the person who should have received the most support ended up in a situation which clearly they did not want to be in, which was being sent back to their home country.